what are you looking forward to for, seeing things develop between Kaylin and Richard?
Yeah, that, this episode this weekend completely goes there. But, I always am, thinking about it, and, I understand, you logically understand why these two can't be together. And I think that Kaylin and Richard understand it, but there are some days where, Craig and I look at each other, and it's like, how do they do it? How are they going on this long? And, we'll be at a campfire scene where we're all, going to sleep or waking up or whatever. And Craig and I are like, well, can we be spooning? Can we be holding hands? And they're like, not allowed. Can't do it. And it's these boundaries that have been put up that they have to follow. And it's hard because you look at, Craig and I have this luck. I don't know how. It's one of those things you can't explain, but we have this connection, this chemistry that is Kaylin and Richard, and it's constantly there, and I wonder when they're going to break, and that's what I keep asking the writers. When is one of them going to trip and fall into each other's face, and have things ensue anyhow. But it does happen, as you've seen in this season, and it's interesting. I mean, they've told me an idea of where the season is going and what they're pushing to, but they're pretty tight-lipped with us. They won't give us too much, and but we're not too far away. We're in the middle of shooting episode 19 right now, so we're rounding the bend. It's pretty bizarre.
That's awesome. Well, you can't resolve this until at least we have one episode where Richard just goes completely medieval crazy with all the pent up sexual frustration. I think that would be awesome.
That's what I always say. Is if they weren't completely violent killers, the two of them, they would have something would have happened really bad, So that's how they get out their frustration, is slicing and dicing.
That's right. He's out there beating up the bunnies and stuff.
Yeah. I'll have to suggest that to Ken Biller, see what he thinks.
Awesome. Well, hey, we're running out of time here, and I want to talk really quickly about Best and the Brightest, which is something that you've got coming up. See, I do my research.
Yes, you have been doing your research.
I have.
I'm really excited. Yeah, it's a cool film. I think they're talking about next Christmas for it to come out. Okay. But you never know with this stuff. But and I'm so far away, so I don't know anything really, to be honest. But it was such a bizarre experience for me because, I did it in between seasons of this show, and, I was so used to playing Kaylin every day and putting on this white dress and being her. It was almost like when I went to go play another character, it was like an out-of-body experience, and I was just so out of it on the first day at work, and I was like, what, okay, all right, and I kept going to Josh, the director, and being like, is this all right, is this, it's just, he's like, yeah, you're fine, you're great, and it was just so weird, because the character I play in the film is Neil Patrick Harris's ex-girlfriend, and he kind of calls upon me to help him, because she's an out-of-work actress who is literally crazy, and really super needy and insecure, and so he calls upon her for help, and so she's just this kind of maniac, and it couldn't be more of the opposite of Kaylin. And in the end, it ended up being probably the best thing I could do, because it was just a total departure. And then in the process, it made me even think about Kaylin more, because you go, well, that's not Kaylin, so, this is. And it was one of those cool things that I didn't expect it to teach me more about her, but it did.
Well, that
cool.
was the thing I had to ask, is because I'd seen that you were in there with Neil, and Neil is such a character anyway. And I thought there has to be just some absolutely awesome outtakes and some some cut up moments from this.
Yeah, well, the funny thing about Neil is when I was a teenager in San Diego, is where I grew up, he came and did a production of Rent, which is this, big Broadway musical at the La Jolla Playhouse. And I was quite young when he came through, and I grew up in theater, and me and my friends were just obsessed with him and obsessed with the show. And I think I saw it like 20 times. I'm not exaggerating. And so when I go to meet him and I tell him this, and it's like, it was kind of perfect because this part that I'm playing is this sort of like obsessive, crazy person. And he's just looking at me like, okay, yeah. But eventually we got over it, and we were singing show tunes before you knew it, which was absolutely awesome. But it was pretty cool working with him. It was like kind of coming full circle, after being that like adoring teenage fan to, playing opposite him in some scenes. It was pretty awesome.
Well, that's great. I'm looking forward to all of it, and I'm looking forward to this Valentine's Day special. So, it's just great stuff coming from Bridget.
Oh, well, thanks for getting everybody into it. I'm really excited about it.
Not a problem. You are one of our favorites here. In fact, you are our favorite. We had
oh my gosh, I should get a sash or like a little, crown.
Absolutely. We ran a contest over the holidays as to which interview they wanted to hear again, and you actually came out on top. They wanted to hear your interview over everybody else that we interviewed all year long. So I just wanted to give you that. Oh my gosh,
what did I talk about? Did I talk about like corsets and things? Is that why?
I think we talked about moored cis suits or something like that.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good. Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
Good stuff, and we will definitely be watching. And best of luck to all the rest of this season. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, I know you're on break and you need to get back, so we're going to wrap this up.
Work.
All righty.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for talking.
Soon. Bye.
All right, we'll be back with more Slice of Sci-Fi right after this.